When will we hit $1 million median home price in the US? You'll learn exactly what year we get to $1 million by the end of this video. In fact, on the way to it, expect to discover more about the future of home prices than you ever have today, so settle in. And first, in history, have home prices fallen over any 10-year period, any 10-year slice of time you can find at all? I've got the answer, and this will lead us to the future, and all of this is going to surprise even the most savvy real estate pro. Hi, I'm Get Rich Education's Keith Weinhold, also a Forbes Real Estate Council member, and see my work in the USA Today. Here's a novel way to think about real estate price stability. In modern history, have US home prices ever fallen over any 10-year period? No, not once. And you might think, well, what about that main bad event, the 2008 global financial crisis? Also known as the financial system doing its best impression of a Jenga tower missing 3 blocks? We can see that national home prices hit their bottom of that cycle in early 2009 at a level of $208K. Okay, measure back 10 years and home prices were easily and substantially up over that decade-long slice, because if you go back 10 years earlier, you'll see that the 1999 median price was $157K, and with the bottom in 2009 being $208K, this is a 32.5% gain, even in the lowest part of the nastiest downturn of the lifetime of anyone alive today. Okay, that was a graphical depiction. Check out this great rare chart of the home price change every year since 1942. This shows how home prices only fell substantially one time over 85 years. Yes, that was during that erstwhile 2008 global financial crisis, and that's when conditions were opposite of where they are now in the late 2020s. 2008 was characterized by an oversupply of housing, negative equity positions, and irresponsible lending. Here in the late 2020s, all three are flipped. It's a mild undersupply of housing, record positive equity, and we've got strict lending guidelines that have been in place for quite a while now. So all three major factors are inverted today. As we're building up to answering exactly what year median US home prices will hit $1 million, we are fitting more puzzle pieces together as we go. Look, here's a great and rare real estate map because it cuts through all the short-term noise, showing the home price change by state since 1985. Generally, states in the eastern and western third have seen the most growth over the past 40 years, and this is because coasts, mountains, and greater regulation limit where development can occur, and that reduces supply, which puts upward pressure on price. Notable achievers are that Washington is up 794%, Oregon 715%, California nearly 600%, Florida over 500%. The West and Southeast have crushed it the most. You can see the clear correlation between population growth and depreciation. Some states started cheap in 1985, like Idaho, Utah, and Washington, and that's why they had room to run. The Northeast began with a higher base. The reason that the Southeast flourishes is due to migration, and it really started with the proliferation of inexpensive air conditioning. The Southeast quadrant is really where investors have concentrated too. Places like Florida, Georgia, and Tennessee, where both appreciation and cash flow can coexist, hybridized. Note that CPI inflation is about 195% over this 40-year span. So these are real gains we're talking about here. I think a lot of people believe that real estate only goes up a little over time, but a slew of states are up 4x to 8x in 40 years, and that's before we even consider leverage. If you add in your long-term fixed rate debt, now you can see how when you own just a few rental properties, this becomes life-changing wealth. Buy and hold real estate is mostly what we talk about here, and sort of, as I like to say, exciting life, boring investments. No drama, no day trading, no chasing the next hot thing, just steady accumulation while the map like this does what it's done for 40 years. All right, as we get closer to seeing the future, when we hit the $1 million homes, currently the national median is over $400K and prices are up 1.8% year over year. Now, San Francisco leads the charge with all the AI investment growth. Other than this, a lot of northeastern and midwestern cities are up pretty substantially, and nationally only a handful are down. You know, even some people that were calling for a housing price crash, well, they're not really saying that anymore. And hey, if this breakdown is useful, hit like. It helps more than you think. And thanks in advance for the thumbs up. $1 million national median home price. When do we actually get there? What year? We'll see. Back in 1990, when the median national home price was barely over $100K, at that time, a $429,300 median home would have sounded as absurd as paying $18 to snack on some airport trail mix, and yet here we are. Well, it's tough to make predictions, especially about the future. That's what Yogi Berra said. Despite that, here we go, and this assumes zero price growth this year. At 3% price growth from here, we get to $1 million in 2056. At 4%, it's 2049. At 5%, it's 2045. At 6%, it's 2042, just 15 years away. The yellow line shows the same price swings as the prior 25 years, and that's with an average annual gain of 4.5%. That path reaches $1 million in 2048. So 2048 is the best singular answer, just over 20 years away. But I've got more here that tempers this projection, and I want to give credit to Dr. Lawrence Yun for surfacing this mega interesting topic and methodology recently. See, it's easy to make the case that price growth will be on the higher side of that 4.5% estimate, which targets 2048. The higher side would get us there sooner than 2048, and this is for both long-term and short-term reasons. The near-term sparks are that energy and material price volatility from tariffs and from the Iran war are poised to push up the replacement cost, and even as those factors simmer down, there are lag effects there. That's going to chase us around for a while. There's also pent-up housing demand and still paltry supply. Regulatory costs alone are now over $130K for a new single-family home, just for the regulatory cost. Nearly $132K it is for things like impact and environmental fees, land use approval costs, zoning restrictions. Not only is this mandatory regulatory cost high, it is sticky. It's going to hang around and likely to just keep pushing up on its own. Those are some short-term things. Then you've got long-term bonfires. Our currency will keep getting diluted to deal with huge debts like defense and Social Security payment commitments. It has to. New household formation will push up demographic demand until at least the late 2040s. I talked about that in a different video. Restrictive zoning and aging housing stock limits quality supply. U.S. homes are older than they've ever been. Lower supply is more upward price pressure. So the current picture, the math, and future forces, that's why the $1 million mark is not some sci-fi housing fantasy where your realtor shows up in a flying car. $1 million is just 1,000,000. It's not some incomprehensible number that's shooting for the moon and the stars. In fact, a $1 million median national home price is an almost inevitable destination pushed up by appreciation, inflation, replacement costs, and scarcity. The real question is not whether, it is when, And there's even more going on here, a hidden problem in America's housing market that absolutely no one is talking about. It will affect home prices dramatically. Continue with this video on it right now.